Get ready to enter the Thrive Time Show.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, now we here.
We started from the bottom, now we're on the top. Teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of five, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's C&Z up on your radio. And now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here.
Yes, and yes. Thrive Nation, on today's show, it's a very special occasion because Devin is in the studio with us. Devin, how's it going?
Going great.
Hey, Devin, I want to talk to you about an idea that I've been marinating on. And then we're going to see the success story in just a moment that I'm talking about. There's a longtime client who's an orthodontist by the name of Dr. Joe.
Dr. Joe.
L-A-I. And I think I've worked with him and have known him before I met you.
That's accurate.
And he's a wonderful guy. And if you're on Google right now and you want to verify this person is a real person, what you'll want to do is it's Kirkpatrick and Lie is the name of the dental practice. And then let me look through here real quick on Google. I'm going to type in Tulsa orthodontist. Let me type that in here, and we'll run into him at some point here. But the name of the company is Kirkpatrick and Lie. Kirkpatrick and Lie. And he has 846 Google reviews today. And he's a client, wonderful client, and a man who we've worked with for a long time.
Yeah.
And I feel like that he's a good example of what I'm talking about on today's show. What I'm talking about on today's show is why running a business is a process, not an event.
True.
Again, running a business is a process and not an event. What am I saying? We had wonderful clients that just left here today, Jared and Jennifer.
Yeah.
And I've worked with them for about 5-6 years. And their HTTPS expired on their website today.
True.
Can you explain what that means?
It's just a renewal process. So the HTTPS Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure, it pretty much just makes sure that your website isn't being hacked.
So before the
easily.
www on your web address, it's the HTTPS that shows up.
True.
And that expired.
It did.
And did they had to rebuy another one today?
Yeah, we just had to renew the one that was on there so that it had an updated date, so it wasn't expired.
And they had to spend how much a month for that, roughly?
For theirs specifically, it was built into their hosting, but usually it's about $100 a year.
But that happened.
It happens.
Okay. And then his church, a longtime client, Pastor Brian today, he reached out and he had a website update that needed to be updated. That happened today.
True.
And I mention this because here we are on a Monday, and we're 12/18 on a Monday, and a lot of these longtime clients we've worked with, they have little updates that need to be done. Another longtime client, Patio Galaxy, or Perfect My Home, PMHOKC.com. We have to upgrade his hosting for his website,
right?
Because his website is so big now,
massive,
that it does require more hosting for the website to not load slowly.
True.
And so the core idea is when you're running a successful company, it's a process. It's not an event. And I think a lot of people think, what I'm going to do is I'm going to optimize my website and then I'm done.
Right.
I'm going to hire a great employee and then I'm done.
Yep.
I'm going to get on top of my accounting and then I'm done. I'm going to fix my branding and then I'm done. I'm going to improve my sales scripting and then I'm done. But what you have to do if you want to build a successful company, a super successful company, is you have to embrace the process. And that process involves you every single week knocking out certain core, repeatable, actionable processes. I call it the craft, but the core, repeatable, actionable processes every single week. So things that I do every single week in all my businesses is every week for Elephant in the Room, our haircut chain, we do a group interview every single week. Every single Wednesday at 5:30, I interview all potential candidates who want to come join the business. Again, every single Wednesday at 5:30. And why do I do it every single Wednesday, Devin, at 5:30?
Because then it's a core, repeatable, actionable process.
Every single month, we run a search engine report on the websites to check for the site health of all of the companies that I own and to fix anything that's broken. Why do we do it every single month?
It's a core, repeatable, actionable task.
And if we don't do it, what's going to happen to the website?
Eventually, it's going to fall off the face of Google.
Every single week, we run an advertisement report. We check to make sure that we spent a certain amount of on advertisements and we didn't spend a certain amount of advertisements. One of my clients, longtime client, we have not been running his ad reports for him. He already had an internal staffer who was running his ads for him. And she did not check the ad reports for the last 4 or 5 months. And he found out today that his weekly advertisement spend has grown from $300 a week to $3,000 a week.
Wow.
Without his knowledge. How could that possibly happen?
What you don't measure.
So maybe
his
his front desk person accidentally clicked like an auto renew or auto update or clicked the wrong thing.
Yeah, or maybe, Google often will kind of automatically on your behalf up your budget for you.
There we go. So that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Another example, I had a client I worked with years ago in the fitness business, and he did not check his emails on a daily basis. And before he was a client, he wasn't checking his emails. So we go into one of our first meetings, and he says, "Hey, man, I really need to get more leads for my fitness company." And I said, "Okay, well, how many leads do you get from your website?" And he says, "Well, I mean, I get this many, get that many." And he had a feature set up where the leads were supposed to automatically go from his website onto a spreadsheet. And we checked, and I said, "Let me just go into the back end." He says, no, I have a widget or an app or a thing that it pulls the leads from my website and automatically puts it onto a spreadsheet for me. And I said, "I know that you do, but let me just check."
Right.
I went in there, and I'm not exaggerating, I'm not kidding. This guy had been running ads on Facebook to the tune of about $400 to $500 a week on ads.
Wow.
And every single lead that was supposed to go to his website was going into the Facebook platform.
Man.
Because those are called Facebook lead ads.
Right.
And so the leads were going into his Facebook platform and not into his website. How is that possible?
That's just the way that Facebook changed up how their leads are going.
And so this guy was spending $2,000 a month-ish for multiple years before I got in touch with him. So he probably had $40,000 of leads that died on the vine right there.
That is wild.
And so again, if you're going to run a successful company, it's about a process.
Right.
It's not about an event. It's about a process and not an event. And I encourage everybody out there, put that in your mind. Growing a successful company is a process, not an event. Now, without any further ado, the Joe Lai, Kirkpatrick and Lai success story. And then we're going to do on part 2 of today's show, we're going to teach you how to optimize a website. And if you want to attend one of our in-person Thrive Time Show workshops, I do them every 2 months. I've been doing workshops since 2005, and we do them every 2 months. You can go to thrivetimeshow.com, thrivetimeshow.com to learn more about the next in-person workshop we are hosting. Also, if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one consultation with me, you can do that by going to thrivetimeshow.com. And so now, without any further ado, before going to part 2 of today's show, here we go. 3, 2, 1, boom!
My name is Joe Lai, and I'm with Kirkpatrick and Lai Orthodontics. At Kirkpatrick and Lai Orthodontics, we create beautiful smiles by straightening kids' teeth and adults' teeth. The services that Clay and his team provide would be something like how to get more customers into my business and get the message out that I'm the best orthodontist in Tulsa. He does that by social media. We get the word out through videos and pictures and being just top mind awareness, as he would always say. Also how to reach out and create that bond with my referring doctors. He helped me kind of get somebody in-house to go out and meet doctors and help me kind of continue building that relationship while I do the work. Website. The website's so majorly important. We get several patients through our website. And what he's doing is there's a certain way that you want your website to look and certain content because you want call to action items in your website. And we didn't have that before. So now we get 7 or 8 new patients just through the website alone. Clay and his team are, I would just say they're over the top. I mean, nothing is too big, nothing's too grand for Clay and his staff and his team. I mean, he says boom, he really means it. I mean, they over deliver, really, to be honest with you. And they come up with ideas that are just top notch. And if you don't like something, great, move on. He'll figure out something that works for your style and your identity. But I would just say the biggest thing for Clay and his team is they over-deliver. Clay and his team help kind of create that culture also for your business that, hey, we got to get things done in a timely manner. It holds me accountable to do the certain tasks so that we can create things in a timely manner. So there is a sense of urgency that he creates, and it's a lot of it's just through his enthusiasm. He's always on the go, so it kind of puts you on that same mindset of, hey, let's get this done, let's work hard, but let's also have fun with it. When I went to orthodontic school, we got zero training on marketing. Actually, when I got out of school 18 years ago, it was kind of taboo to actually do any marketing. The most you could do is put your name in the Yellow Pages. And so now it's pretty common knowledge and pretty mainstream to go ahead and get your name out there, tell everybody your story, who you are, what you're about. If you don't do that, it's a leg of your business that you're lagging behind. Because you could be the best orthodontist or the best whatever, but if people don't know that, then you won't get the customers coming in. I meet with Clay and his team on every Friday about 11 o'clock, and to be honest with you, at the beginning I wasn't that thrilled with it. Coming in every week just kind of seemed like a lot, but for me, I find the marketing aspect interesting. I enjoy it. I love working with Clay. I think it's the main reason why. I've kind of built a relationship with him. I think it got to a level now we're pretty good friends. And so to me, it's enjoyable. I really enjoy the creativity and how when you put the energy into it and the work into it, how you get everything kind of comes back and it works. I've worked with Clay and his team for about, I think it's about 3 years, and every year it's just gotten better and things have grown more every year. I've been trying to get my wife and her pediatric dentist office and our partners on board with Clay for a while. I just saw that they were kind of getting stagnant in their practice, and times were kind of getting slow for them, and they needed more referrals. And I knew that Clay could definitely help them out by even just one thing, which would be change your website. And just by doing that, you're going to get patients very easily. But another thing too is that they needed to change their culture and their mindset of how to bring in patients and creating a brand as well for them, and giving them more of an identity so the whole staff could kind of rally around that. For anybody that's coming out of school or just starting new with a business of any sort, be it medical or anything of that nature, I highly recommend Clay helping you create that business model. We're trained to do what we're trained to do, but we're not trained to do the business aspect or the marketing or how to deal with the patient or our staff. So Clay can pretty much do all that. But what I like the most about Clay and his staff is that everything's in-house. I don't have to go to one place to do my website. I don't have to go somewhere to do my videos. I don't have to go another place to shoot photographs, somewhere else to do web content or team coaching or entrepreneurship. Clay pretty much is the total package. He's really a great mentor. So if you're new and starting a business and you want to avoid all the pitfalls, I would definitely hook up with Clay and his team. If someone's not using Clay and his team to help build their business, they're missing out on a lot. There's so many details and so many aspects of creating a business that Clay really makes it simple, makes it fun, and you learn so much in a short amount of time that I think he's the best entrepreneur, business coach, marketer, you name it. The guy's and his team's got it all going on.
Attend the world's best business workshop led by America's #1 business coach for free by subscribing on iTunes and leaving us an objective review. Claim your tickets by emailing us proof that you did it and your contact information to info@thrivetimeshow.com.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to the conversation. And we're talking today about Search Engine 101, but on a bigger level, we're talking about helping you if you're somebody who's listening to today's show and you are fighting with how search engines work, how taxes work, how death works, Google works. These are things people want to fight against the concept of the Earth's gravitational pull. So let me just explain this to you on a very simple level. Larry Page and Sergey Brin created Google in 1996 to provide users with a tool to find the most relevant content possible when engaging in a search query. They did not create Google to grow your business quickly. They created guardrails from the very, very beginning to keep get-rich-quick scams and con artists from dominating the search results. So there are 4 factors that will affect and impact your rank that have always affected and impacted your rank, and they're not going to change. And there are going to be updates they make to keep out scammers, but I'm going to give you the 4. And then it just sort of, once you know them, it's up to you to sort of deal with the profundity. There's nothing else to talk about. They have you have to follow the canonical compliance, which means you have to follow the rules that they have established, which if you will email us, info@thrivetimeshow.com, we will run a report on your website and show you what is wrong with the website. If you don't want to use our firm, you can use a tool called SEMrush or Moz, MOZ.com. They're both certified. They're Google certified businesses that basically, it's just like a car and automotive repair shop. They might be certified by Lexus or Mercedes or Toyota to work on certain vehicles. And you plug your car into a machine when you have the check engine light and it tells you what's wrong. SEO, again, this is SEMrush.com and Moz.com. They'll do that for you. So you have to follow the rules, and for sake of the podcast length, you don't have to worry about knowing them all right now. But if you email us, info@thrivetimeshow.com, we'll run a report for you. Or you can use MOZ.com or SEMrush.com, but you've got to follow the canonical rules. The second is you have to get the most Google reviews. Whoever has the most reviews gets to be top. And you might be saying to yourself, well, that doesn't seem fair. I've been in business a long time. Or you might say to yourself, every time I get a review, Google takes one away. And you know why that is? It's because Google reserves the right to review their reviews. And any review that doesn't seem real or seems like it was contrived, they can remove it. So if the Gmail account that it was used to write the review isn't an active Gmail, they can review it. They can remove it. Or if you are on social media or some other platform asking people to write a review for you in exchange for something where you're basically paying them to write a positive review, you can ask for an objective review. But if you pay them or for a positive review, then they can remove it. The next move is the most mobile compliance, the most Google mobile compliance. If your phone doesn't look good on the most updated cell phones and mobile devices, iPads, they can remove it. And the final, it's whoever has the most hypertext markup language content, whoever has the most words. And we'll get much more into that on other podcasts you can find at thrivetimeshow.com or in our in-person workshops. But what happens is people then say, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hack. I'm going to be the first person in the history of the world to trick one of the world's biggest companies. See, this is where it becomes a universal thing. Someone says, I know this is how Google works, but I'm going to become the first person in the history of the world to trick the billion-dollar, mega-billion-dollar, one of the world's most valuable brands. See, me and my small business, we are going to trick Google by outsourcing to a firm in India who's going to write our articles for us, and then it doesn't work. See, what is going on in the mindset of somebody who believes that they and their small tile company, they and their small dentistry, they and their small business have the resources and the mindset needed to trick Google?
Well, here's the deal. I would like to have, I don't know what percentage, but I would like to have, think about all the money that is spent on people trying to trick Google.
Turns out it takes longer to get rich quick.
Does it really?
Yeah, if you think about it.
I mean, how many people are paying thousands of dollars to some, hey, we're going to optimize your website.
We could optimize your website for as little as $275 a month.
you only pay us $3,000 a month, and we give you a microwavable burrito, and we promise within 3 years you'll be top of Google.
Top of the Google.
Top of the Google.
Oh, yes.
Oh, well, you're not there yet because I'm sorry. Hamid was off sick, and so.
Thank you for calling. My name is Thomas.
Oh.
Thank you for calling Google.
Thank you.
I'm calling on behalf of Google to let you know your listing could be updated.
At some time. The problem is that there's so many guys out there that say they are a expert in optimizing and getting to the top of Google.
The Google.
And if you just listen to them, you might say to yourself, "Well, that sounds convincing."
It feels new and sexy.
They're throwing out big words.
Big words.
And obviously I don't know what they are, and I don't want to tell them I don't know what they are, so I'm not going to ask any questions.
That's
so
part of their sales pitch.
It's just as kind of impressive. I'm not going to ask them to show me examples because that'd be rude.
And if you were to download, you go to thrivetimeshow.com, you can download our ebook for free of the Start Here book where we cite everything. And you can see it all. Now, here is where I want to get Ryan's take on this as an entrepreneur and Eric Chupp's take on this as a business coach. I see entrepreneurs that also want to fight taxes, death. So they'll say stuff like, you'll say, hey, buddy, your company's big enough now. You're pulling in $100,000 a year, 6 figures. And I just want to make sure you understand this. The more money you make, the more Uncle Sam takes. The more, because it's a progressive tax system. So the more you make, the more they take. And then they'll say this. They'll say, I actually talked to a guy, and he's going to help me set up what I call an S Corp. It's a sub-chapter S. And I am able to actually write off more, so I can take a salary that's a little less than I would have and take distributions. And you know how it is. I'm only taking like a $18,000 a year salary, because I've out-tricked the system. You see, they don't want you to know the secret move. But I was reading this Kevin Trudeau book called The Secrets to the Rich Don't Want You to Know, And so I got this guy, and now I'll be going away for a while. Right. Z. So real quick, I want to get your take on that. How many times have you run into somebody who's told you they found a secret tax loophole and they're not an accountant?
It's in the gray.
There's scam artists out there in every profession. And if you own a business, trust me, they know the buzzwords to say. They know how to do it. I got scammed early on in my career. You want to hear about how I got scammed?
Iraqi dinar?
And I fell for it. Oh, no, I got plenty of those.
Second generation prayer towels.
I bought low.
Was it a multi-level?
It's all about. No, it wasn't. It was a guy came in, and he said, "Hey, listen, I'm doing the paper sacks for the pharmacy right down the road.
Paper sacks.
Yeah,
sounds reasonable.
And I'm selling ads on said paper sacks, and it's just right over here. So therefore, you can then have a prominent spot on here for $350. It's reasonable. I'm only in town this weekend. I do this all over the nation. In fact, here's others I've done in other cities.
Oh, this is a good pitch. This is a good scam.
Yeah,
this sounds good.
I'm listening to him going, wow.
Wow.
So hold on a second. So I walk back into my office, leave him out kind of in the gather area, and I call said pharmacist. And I said, hey buddy. Some dude's in here trying to sell me an ad for a bag he's going to make you. So you put your medicines in, you get the little bag. It's got my little ad on there. And he goes, yeah, he's going to do that. And it seems like a pretty good deal, So, I get my bags, for free. And then I give him the right to sell stuff on the bag.
Right.
I go, well, it's a pretty good deal. So go back out there, and then it's the telltale scam pitch.
Here we go.
I'm only here today, and it's got to be right now.
I'm in your area
circle
right
back
now.
around.
Yeah, I can't circle
and
back.
I've got to be in Kansas City tomorrow. I got a big deal cooking up there.
I got a problem with my left leg.
So
I
it's
can't
kind
circle back
of
left.
now or never.
Kind of bad
So
timing.
I go, cool. Okay, well here's my logo and stuff, and here's my check for $350. And,
yeah, appreciate
and how many
that.
bags is it going to be? Oh, it's going to be like 10,000.
Ton of bags.
Ton of bags.
It's a ton of bags.
I'm like, wow, that's
a lot of
great
bags.
deal. Less than 3 cents a bag. That's
Wow,
pretty
a great
cheap
deal
per
on bags.
person. Yeah.
Oh.
And so so he leaves.
When?
Guess how many bags he printed?
Well, I always tell people, whenever you're printing on a sack, you gotta watch the numbers.
Guess how many bags? That's not the guess. You got to watch the numbers. I know you got to watch the numbers. So guess how many. Chup, you want to take a guess at how many bags he printed?
0.
That's just mean, Ryan. That would say that he's a scammer.
I'd say like 10,000 or so.
Okay, 10,000. Clay, do you have a guess?
I feel like now you probably got a lot of
You feel like a
bags.
man with a big cranium and
probably 3 cents a piece, and you paid $350. You probably got 9,000 Saks.
No, he did none. It was an absolute scam. Took my money and ran.
Oh.
So then what happened was,
God bless him.
Then what happened is so then he's out of Florida, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, how do I find this guy? How do I exact
Revenge.
justice?
I would punish him.
Because we want justice. We don't want revenge. We want justice. That's a nice way to say it.
Right.
And so there was a number, there was a number on the card. So call it. And of course, a lady answers it. She can tell she's got a bouncing a kid on her hip, and the kids in the background screaming and hollering. And she doesn't know who this guy is. She doesn't know the company. That's a false thing. So I hang up the phone and go, I'm going to try tactic number 2.
Tactic number 2.
So I call up and I say, hey, listen, I've got an outstanding invoice. I need to send you some money, and I'm looking for this company. Ooh. Voice changes immediately.
Oh. You're looking for Navin Johnson.
All of a sudden you can tell a kid gets set down on the ground,
Navin Johnson's on line 3. Let me transfer you over to Navin Johnson's
you called the right number. You called the right
absolutely.
number.
We had a kid visiting.
And what's that address I need to send it to? I got the address. I got the whatever. Then I called said local police department and gave them all information. They took care of it.
Justice.
Yes. Justice.
So, Ryan, I want to ask.
But you're going to get scammed. People are going to try to scam you is my point.
Ryan, as a young man, as a young business owner, before you know what you know now,
right?
Did you ever get scammed on something where you wanted the success to happen faster, and so maybe you hired a not real service, or there's something where it kind of got you? Did you ever get screwed, or are we the only ones who've been screwed?
Yeah. I was actually paying I think it was $600 a month or something just for tracking so we could do the SEO.
Hi, boo.
Yeah, we didn't actually get to the SEO because we had to track.
Was that the
first.
company? Are you guessing a company?
Yes, I wasn't just screaming out random.
Oh no,
I'm
not going to say the company name, but yeah. So we were just paying for tracking, so we would know if the SEO was working and stuff. At the time, we had no idea. So I'm like, okay, well, I can't do my own SEO.
Chubb, have you heard other people say that before? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay.
So other people do that too.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
So here's the deal.
Awesome.
Here's the deal. I just want to make sure you understand this, Thrive Nation. The more money you make, the more Uncle Sam's going to take. So work with an accountant. Make sure you pay your fair share. We can argue about whether we think we're paying too much or not, but you don't want the IRS chasing you. Search engines, if they worked the way that most people wanted them to work, the business owners wanted them to work, then consumers wouldn't use it. Because if anybody could get highly motivated tomorrow, stumble upon $20,000 and pay a search engine firm to write 1,000 articles tonight and be top tomorrow, then people would not trust Google anymore. So Google has a vetting process, and I would encourage you just calm down and understand that death and taxes are going to happen, and there's no get-rich-quick scam and scheme. You got to embrace that sometimes it takes longer to try to get rich quick. And on our next podcast, we're going to talk about Management 101 and how without follow-up, nothing other than good intentions and bad results will ever happen. Without follow-up, nothing other than good intentions and bad results will ever happen for your business. Management
that just
101.
Sounds mean.
Well, it's the Man Cave Sessions. We're going to get real and raw. Without any further ado, 3, 2, 1, boom.
Hello, my name is Charles Kolaw with Kolaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with Lee Cockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours, where he does these tours all across the country, where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building it into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy, Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company or, navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns, because our clubs were all closed for 3 months and you have $350,000 of bills you've got to pay, and we have no accounts receivable. He helped us navigate that, and of course we were conservative enough that we could afford to take that on for a period of time. But it was, anyways, great man. I'm very impressed with him. So Clay, thank you for everything you're doing, and I encourage you, if you haven't ever worked with Clay, work with Clay. He's going to help magnify you, and there's nobody I have ever met that has the ability to work as hard as he does. He probably sleeps 4, maybe 6 hours a day, and literally the rest of the time he's working, and he can outwork everybody in the room every single day, and he loves it. So anyways, this is Charles Kola with Kola Fitness. Thank you, Clay, and anybody out there that's wanting to work with Clay, it's a great opportunity to ever work with him. So you guys have a blessed one. This is Charles Kola. We'll see you guys. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Aaron Antis with Shaw Homes. I first heard about Clay through a mortgage lender here in town who had told me what a great job he had been doing for them, and I actually noticed he was driving a Lamborghini all of a sudden, so I was willing to listen. In my career, I've sold a little over $800 million in real estate. So honestly, I thought I kind of knew everything about marketing and homes. And then I met Clay, and my perception of what I knew and what I could do definitely changed. After doing $800 million in sales over a 15-year career, I really thought I knew what I was doing. I've been managing a large team of salespeople for the last 10 years here with Shaw Homes. And I mean, we've been a company that's been in business for 35 years. We've become one of the largest builders in the Tulsa area, and that was without Clay. So when I came to know Clay, I really thought, man, there's not much more I need to know, but I'm willing to listen. The interesting thing is our internet leads from our website has actually, in a 4-month period of time, has gone from somewhere around 10 to 15 leads in a month to 180 internet leads in a month. Just from the few things that he's shown us how to implement that I honestly probably never would have come up with on my own. So I got a lot of good things to say about the system that Clay put in place with us, and it's just been an incredible experience. I am very glad that we met and had the opportunity to work with Clay. So the interaction with the team and with Clay on a weekly basis is honestly very enlightening. One of the things that I love about Clay's perspective on things is that he doesn't come from my industry. He's not somebody who's in the home building industry. I've listened to all the experts in my field. Our company has paid for me to go to seminars, international builder shows, all kinds of places where I've had the opportunity to learn from the experts in my industry. But the thing that I found working with Clay is that he comes from such a broad spectrum of working with so many different types of businesses that he has a perspective that's difficult for me to gain because I get so entrenched in what I do, I'm not paying attention to what other leading industry experts are doing. And Clay really brings that perspective for me. It is very valuable time every week when I get that hour with him. From my perspective, the reason that any business owner who's thinking about hooking up with Thrive needs to definitely consider it is because the results that we've gotten in a very short period of time are honestly monumental. It has really exceeded my wildest expectation of what he might be able to do. I came in skeptical because I'm very pragmatic, and as I've gone through the process over just a few months, I've realized it's probably one of the best moves we've ever made. I think a lot of people probably feel like they don't need a business or marketing consultant because they maybe are a little bit prideful and like to think they know everything. I know that's how I felt coming in. I mean, we're a big company that's definitely one of the largest in town. And so we kind of felt like we knew what we were doing. And I think for a lot of people, they let their ego get in the way of listening to somebody that might have a better or different perspective than theirs. I would just really encourage you, if you're thinking about working with Clay, I mean, the thing is, it's month to month. Go give it a try and see what happens. I think in the 35-year history of Shaw Homes, this is probably the best thing that's happened to us. And I know if you give them a shot, I think you'll feel the same way. I know for me, the thing I would have missed out on if I didn't work with Clay is I would have missed out on literally an 1,800% increase in our internet leads. Going from 10 a month to 180 a month, that would have been a huge financial decision to just decide not to give it a shot. I would absolutely recommend Clay Clark to anybody who's thinking about working with somebody in marketing. I would skip over anybody else you were thinking about, and I would go straight to Clay and his team. I guarantee you're not going to regret it because we sure haven't.
My name is Danielle Sprick, and I am the founder of D Sprick Realty Group here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. After being a stay-at-home mom for 12 years and my 3 kids started school and they were in school full-time, I was at a crossroads and trying to decide what do I want to do? My degree and my background is in education, but after being a mom and staying home and all of that, I just didn't have a passion for it like I once did. My husband suggested real estate. He's a home builder, so real estate and home building go hand in hand, and we just rolled with it. I love people, I love working with people, I love the building relationships, but one thing that was really difficult for me was the business side of things. The processes and the advertising and marketing. I knew that I did not have what I needed to make that what it should be. So I reached out to Clay at that time, and he and his team have been extremely instrumental in helping us build our brand, help market our business, our agents, the homes that we represent. Everything that we do is a direct line from Clay and his team and all that they've done for us. We launched our brokerage, our real estate brokerage, 8 months ago. And in that time, we've gone from myself and one other agent to just this week, we signed on our 16th agent. We have been blessed with the fact that we right now have just over 10 million in pending transactions. 3 years ago, I never would have even imagined that I would be in this role that I'm in today, building a business, having 16 agents. But I have to give credit where credit's due. And Clay and his team and the business coaching that they've offered us has been huge. It's been instrumental in what we're doing. Don't ever limit your vision. When you dream big, big things happen.
I started a business because I couldn't work for anyone else. I do things my way, I do what I think is in the best interest of the patient. I don't answer to insurance companies. I don't answer to large corporate organizations. I answer to my patient, and that's it. My thought when I opened my clinic was I can do this all myself. I don't need additional outside help in many ways. I went to medical school. I can figure this out. But it was a very, very steep learning curve. Within the first 6 months of opening my clinic, I had a $63,000 embezzlement. I lost multiple employees. Clay helped us weather the storm of some of the things that are just a lot of people experience, especially in the medical world. He was instrumental in helping with the specific written business plan. He's been instrumental in hiring good quality employees, using the processes that he outlines for getting in good talent, which is extremely difficult. He helped me in securing the business loans. He helped me with web development and search engine optimization. We've been able to really keep a steady stream of clients coming in because they found us on the web. With everything that I encountered, everything that I experienced, I quickly learned it is worth every penny to have someone in your team that can walk you through and even avoid some of the pitfalls that are almost invariable in starting your own business. I'm Dr. Chad Edwards, and I own Revolution Health and Wellness Clinic.
The number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year. We are Jared and Jennifer Johnson. We own Platinum Pest and Lawn and are located in Owasso, Oklahoma. And we have been working with Thrive for business coaching for almost a year now.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to share some wins with you guys that we've had by working with Thrive. First of all, we're on the top page of Google now. Okay. I just want to let you know what type of accomplishment this is. Our competition, Orkin, Terminex, they're both $1.3 billion companies. They both have 2,000 to 3,000 pages of content attached to their website. So to basically go from virtually non-existent on Google to up on the top page is really saying something. But that's come by being diligent to the systems that Thrive has, by being consistent and diligent on doing podcasts and staying on top of those podcasts to really help with getting up on with their listing and ranking there with Google.
And also we've been trying to get Google reviews, asking our customers for reviews. And now we're the highest rated and most reviewed pest and lawn company in the Tulsa area. And that's really helped with our conversion rate. And the number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year.
Wait, say that again. How much are we up?
411%.
Okay, so 411% we're up with our new customers. Amazing.
Right. So not only do we have more customers calling in, we're able to close those deals at a much higher rate than we were before. Right now, our closing rate is about 85%, and that's largely due to, first of all, like our Google reviews that we've gotten people really see that our customers are happy, but also we have a script that we follow. And so when customers call in, they get all the information that they need. That script has been refined time and time again. It wasn't a one and done deal. It was a system that we followed with Thrive in the refining process, and that has obviously the 411% shows that system works.
Yeah. So here's a big one for you. So last week alone, our booking percentage was 91%. We actually booked more deals, more new customers last year than we did the first 5 months. Or I'm sorry, we booked more deals last week than we did the first 5 months of last year from before we worked with Thrive. So again, we booked more deals last week than the first 5 months of last year. And it's incredible. But the reason why we have that success is by implementing the systems that Thrive has taught us and helped us out with. So.
Some of those systems that we've implemented are group interviews. That way we've really been able to come up with a really great team. We've created and implemented checklists. That way everything gets done and it gets done right. It creates accountability. We're able to make sure that everything gets done properly, both out in the field and also in our office. And also doing the podcast, like Jared had mentioned, that has really, really contributed to our success. But that, like I said, the diligence and consistency in doing those and that system has really, really been a big blessing in our lives. And also, it's really shown that we've gotten the success from following those systems.
Yeah. So before working with Thrive, we were basically stuck. Really no new growth with our business. And we were in a rut and we didn't know.
The last 3 years, our customer base had pretty much stayed the same. We weren't shrinking, but we weren't really growing either.
Yeah, and so we didn't really know where to go, what to do, how to get out of this rut that we're in. But Thrive helped us with that. They implemented those systems. They taught us those systems. They taught us the knowledge that we needed in order to succeed. Now it's been a grind. Absolutely, it's been a grind this last year. But we're getting those fruits from that hard work and the diligent effort that we're able to put into it. So again, we were in a rut. Thrive helped us get out of that rut. And if you're thinking about working with Thrive, quit thinking about it and just do it. Do the action, and you'll get the results. It will take hard work and discipline. But that's what it's going to take in order to really succeed. So we just want to give a big shout out to Thrive, a big thank you out there to Thrive. We wouldn't be where we're at now without their help.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us. This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. See? It's nice, right? So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
The Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the highest and most reviewed business workshops on the planet.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.
Hey, I'm Ryan Wimpy with Tip Top Canine, and I'm the founder.
I'm Rachel Wimpy, and I am a co-founder.
So we've been running Tip Top for about the last 14 years, franchising for the last 3-4 years. So someone that'd be a good fit for Tip Top loves dogs, they're high energy, they want to be able to own their own job, but they don't want to worry about, that high failure rate. They want to do that like bowling with bumper lanes.
So you give us a call, reach out to us, we'll call you, and then we'll send you an FDD, look over that, read it, fall asleep to it, it's very boring, and then we'll book a discovery day, and you come and you can spend a day or two with us to make sure that you actually like it, make sure training dogs is something that you want to do.
So an FDD is a franchise disclosure document. It's a federally regulated document that goes into all the nitty-gritty details of what the franchise agreement entails.
So who would be a good fit to buy a Tip Top Canine would be somebody who loves dogs, who wants to work with dogs all day as their profession. You'll make a lot of money, you'll have a lot of fun, it's very rewarding. And who would not be a good fit is a cat person.
So the upfront cost for Tip Top is $43,000. And a lot of people say they're generating doctor money, but on our disclosure, the numbers are anywhere from over $1 million a year in dog training, what our Oklahoma City location did last year, to 25, 35 grand a month.
To train and get trained by us for Tip Top Canine, to run your own Tip Top Canine, you would be with us for 6 weeks here in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So we've been married for 7 years.
8 years.
8 years. So if you're watching this video, you're like, hey, maybe I want to be a dog trainer. Hey, that one sounds super amazing. Go to our website, tiptopcanine.com, click on the yellow franchising tab, fill out the form, and Rachel and I will give you a call. Our Oklahoma City location last year, they did over $1 million. He's been running that shop for 3 years. Before, he was a youth pastor with 0 sales experience, 0 dog training experience before he ever met with us.
So just call us, come spend a day with us, spend a couple days with us, make sure you like training dogs, and own your own business.
Well, the biggest reason to buy a Tip Top Canine is so you own your own job and you own your own future, and you don't hate your life. You get an enjoyable job that brings a lot of income, but is really rewarding.
My name is Seth Flint, and I had originally heard about Tip Top Canine through my old pastors who I worked for. They trained their Great Pyrenees with Ryan and Tip Top Canine. They did a phenomenal job and became really good friends with Ryan and Rachel. I was working at a local church, and it was a great experience. I ended up leaving there and working with Ryan and Tip Top Canine. The biggest thing that I really enjoy about being self-employed is that I can create my own schedule. I have the ability to spend more time with my family, my wife and my daughter. So my very favorite thing about training dogs with Tip Top Canine is that I get to work with the people. Obviously, I love working with dogs, but it's just so rewarding to be able to train a dog that had serious issues, whether it's behavioral or whatever, and seeing a transformation, taking that dog home, and mom and dad are literally in tears because of how happy they are with the training. If somebody is interested, I'd say don't hesitate. Make sure you like dogs. Make sure that you enjoy working with people because we're not just dog trainers. We are customer service people that help dogs, and so definitely don't hesitate. Just come in and ask questions. Ask all the questions you have.